Hi everyone, how's it going? It is Rob here, and just Rob. Today I'm going to be playing a little ditty known as Woodle Tree Adventures, and it's a very nice little game. It is a game by Fabio Ferrara. I thought that Ed would not want to play this one with me, and he was also not around to record, and we had some empty slots, so it's time for Woodle Tree, and we have to bring water to the world with fairies' tears. And this is our tree dad, and we are a small little tree stump baby. This is about as coherent a plot as I can handle. So let's go wetting the world with our fairy tears. We need to get some precious items inside the house. What's this? It's a little baggy bag. It's a rucksack for berries. And now we need to get our magic leaf. Now we can whip all the bad guys. So, yeah. Yep, we gotta whip the globe. And then we go to Woodle Land. And we start getting berries. This is a very cute game. Get all the berries you can to fill up your rucksack. Hello, Mr. Worm. It makes it sound like we're eating the berries, but we're not. That's not what's happening here. We're just putting them in our rucksack. Sometimes the camera decides not to work. And yeah. Say what you will about this game, it's cute as fuck. Oh man, I missed a berry. It's just a very relaxing, sort of chilled out. And then you get some water. Now you can wet in the world, even though this world already looks wet enough. Maybe this isn't the world that we have to wet in. I'm not sure. Hello, large walkie man. I don't know entirely what getting the berries does. Oh no, don't hurt me. Oh, this is cute. I'm just gonna go walk on by. If the camera would let me get these berries, which it oftentimes doesn't. Which, honestly, the biggest complaint leveled against this game is the camera. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because the camera does not work. But, your, everything else is fine. As you can see, it's a little tough with the depth perception. Granted, that might be my fault, considering I am actually blind, but you know, you forget about your problems when you're standing on a turtle's head. Well, yeah. I don't know why this is the game I wanted to play. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little mellow today. By mellow, I mean very, very tired, because I had quite the long day. And, yeah. Is this guy bad? Oh no. Well, shit, I don't know why I did that. I guess in the name of science. Yeah. I feel bad about that already. That guy wasn't hurting anybody, he was just minding his own business. Dunking his arms up and down, doing whatever Cone Man does. What are you? Ah! Charging at me. I'm not a fan of that. Ah! I stepped on him. He was spiky. Okay. No, I don't want to hurt Worm. This is nice. This is tranquil. Oh, hey, it's another worm. That's a wall worm. Dude, did I miss anything over here? I don't know. I can't tell if I missed anything because this camera is a fuck. But I think all the game's issues they're mitigated by that guy down there just having a good old time. This cute old worm, these box friends. It's just, how can I get mad at that? Yeah. I don't know how I can get mad at that. Yeah. Woodle tree. I honestly don't know what to say about this because it's not, it doesn't provoke discussion, not much. This is not a great manifesto of game design, it's just sort of, hey, you're a tree stump, collect these berries, play around with some water. I don't know why we need to wetten the world with our fairy tears, because there's already water here. There's plenty of wetness around. I just don't understand. Yeah. Why is he on the ceiling? Oh no. This reminds me a lot of Graffiti Kingdom. That name probably doesn't ring a bell for anybody, but it was a little old game on the PS2 that I used to play when I was but a youngin'. I used to rent it all the time from Blockbuster, because I really don't have that extensive a PS2 collection. Pretty much all the games that I played were things I rented from Blockbuster. So I would go and rent Graffiti Kingdom all the time, and it was this weird little game where you played as a prince, I think, and you had like a cat dog thing companion, and you drew you were drawing things to save the kingdom, and you like shape-shifted into no. Oh great, I'm all the way back here. Fucking great checkpointing. That's wonderful. But you could shape-shift into things that you played, and you like drew creatures, and that's what you got to play as, was whatever you drew. It was pretty cool because it really gave you a lot of freedom in what you could play as. There wasn't like predetermined parts or anything like Spore or whatever, where like, okay, this is the shape and the function of this thing, and you kind of have to play with a selection. Yay. Where you're just like, okay, draw a shape and then assign a function to that, and that'll serve as your, like, your creature's arm or something. Where do I go now? It was just there, so I go here. This looks peaceful. So, like, you would draw a thing, and then that's what you get to do. It was good memories of the back old time when Blockbuster was around. Oh, I actually made that. Nice. I think the best part was just how many different games I could play. And like every week, or week, 2 weeks, I don't remember what the time frame was, but I would be able to play a new game, which was really novel for me, because I resources to buy all these games growing up, and I wanted to try a lot of them, because I mean, I kind of grew up on games and they're fun. I was a little young and I didn't really have any that I could super fixate on. It was very sort of, okay, there's this there's one thing, and play through that for a bit, and then like never reach the ending because I've got bored of it by the time I get somewhat through it, and then just swap that out for something else. And then if I have any desire to play through that game again, I'll just rent it again, and most likely my save's been deleted at that point by someone else who rented it. So have to play through those fun beginning sections again. So that's why I end up being nostalgic for like either grand overarching concepts in games or just like the first handful of levels. Yeah. Just talking about this is like flooded back memories of games I used to rent from Blockbuster. Like I used to really love this one Nickelodeon game, and I don't remember what it was called, but you were like on an island and got to play as like all these different, I think it was like a sequel to Nicktoons Unite or something, one of those skiddly bops, but you like got to play as all these different characters, and you were on an island and you fought some purple dude. There was a lot of purple in it, and yeah, I think I'll have to do some research on that and play through it again. Blockbuster was the best. I guess that doesn't really exist anymore. I think that's a little bit of a shame with how games, especially for kids, are today. Because, like, when you think of a kids game, you'd probably think of something like this. But a newer kids game, all the way back here. But newer kids games just don't really exist as much as they did anymore. And now, like, gaming as a whole has grown up with its audience, so you don't really get that many really good games that come out with a younger audience in mind. Or maybe you do, I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with games that are intentionally made to get rated for a younger audience, because they don't tend to appeal to me anymore. But it seems a lot like we've way moved past any sort of golden age of kids games, as like people have wanted games as a whole to be viewed as more than just children's entertainment. That's come at the cost of actual children's entertainment being sort of lost to time. I think. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure, and I'm kinda hoping that someone will come along and correct me on that. Say like, oh, these are a bunch of games that came out this year that are both really stellar games in their own right, and also like rated E or E10. E10 plus, I guess. I don't really know what the distinction between those two are, but yeah, like, here's a good game that isn't a licensed property, even though plenty of those can be fairly good, at least for kids, and isn't an educational game, or an edutainment game, I'd call it. Shit, where'd that last water go? I just don't think that you're gonna find a lot of those. Where's the water? I know the Lego games are still going strong. Oh, there's the water. I don't know if they're gonna match up to the games of my childhood with the first two Lego Star Wars games. Oh man, those were the best. I still have both of them. Some of the few PS2 games I still have laying around. They're still fun, because I really like Legos and I really like Star Wars. So they appeal to me greatly. I'll do one more level. This is going to be a longer episode, but hey, that's what happens when you're in Rob's house talking about kids games. The Lego Star Wars games, I know they've come to be a little bit of a meme, I guess, because I see posts on Instagram all the time with like just talking about Lego Star Wars. I don't know if there's like supposed to be any context behind them, but I don't feel like any of that's ironic praise. Like, they're just really good, really fun games that just happen to be geared towards a younger audience who okay, who like Legos and also like the surface level Star Wars stuff. I guess by surface level I just mean the movies, because I don't really see any kids super into the EU, unless they're like my kids. I don't have kids. I might one day, and trust me, my kids are definitely gonna know everything about the expanded universe. Mostly because I'd like for them to know where their names come from. Lil baby Revan. That's a fun thought, just having babies. I guess this game really does bring out the cute. So here I am, like, having a long, rough day, and then I get to play in Woodle Tree. And then here I am talking about, like, I wish kids had really good entertainment. And, the babies. I do sincerely wish that kids' entertainment doesn't go the way of the dodo. Because, like, just because the people who grew up in, like, the 90s and early 2000s were, like, there's just a really good amount of stuff that was unambiguously meant for children. Just because they've grown up doesn't mean that the medium as a whole has to. And honestly, I think it's great when there's something that comes out that's ostensibly for kids, but like an older audience can get behind it too. Like something like Adventure Time, I guess. I don't know if that's a true statement now, because I haven't watched Adventure Time in a very, very long while. I know it's getting a little bit more serialized and a little darker as it's gone on, but I want for there to be good things for kids to enjoy. Because, like, I look at... Man. I look at kids' entertainment now, and I honestly don't know if it's just worse than what I grew up with, or I'm so far gone from the target demographic that I can't view it as anything but objectively worse. And it might end up being very subjective. I don't know. I think that's probably it, because if the kids of today are enjoying what they're watching, then who am I to judge? But, of course I'm not going to think that it's better than what I watched, because that's what I watched. I realized that a lot of the things that I liked are sort of trash. I'll admit it. I liked things as a kid that aren't very good and don't have a lot of artistic merit. They're just sort of, this is something that is meant to entertain children, and that's its purpose. And that's what it will do. So, like, like, sure, I can watch, let me get more berries. I can watch, like, Power Rangers now, and, like, the older ones, that I grew up on, like, the older series. I can watch those and enjoy them just for the nostalgia and the way it makes me feel all kitty inside. But, like, if I'm watching the newer ones, I can't really see much, like, okay, this is a Sentai series that's Americanized in the weirdest possible way, and I don't super know how I enjoyed this. When really, it's just the same formula. I don't know if there's a huge difference between, like, the Dino Thunder that I loved and the whatever the series that they're on now is. I don't know. Let's just stream of consciousness stuff. I hope kids' entertainment is good. Join me next time on this Woodle Tree adventure, and we'll have some more Woodle fun. Don't let this little cutie go all sad and alone. Am I talking about me, or am I talking about the tree stump? Bye.